Before you even think about how much money you make, there's something far more important to understand. It's not about how much you earn, it's about how you invest it. Because the truth is, most people spend their entire lives chasing paychecks, working harder, hoping one day they'll finally be free, yet they never realize that freedom isn't earned through income, it's built through ownership. So if you're serious about never worrying about money again, if you want to wake up one day and know that your bills are paid, your family's secure, and your time belongs to you, not your boss, then you need to make these 3 investments. Not tomorrow, not someday, but starting right now, because the longer you wait, the further you push financial freedom away from your future. Before we dive in, I need you to do one thing: smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to learn could completely change your financial life. We drop videos every week breaking down wealth strategies, investments, and real-world money tactics the rich use every single day. So if you're ready to break free from the rat race and start building wealth that works for you, not the other way around, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's get started. The first investment that will make you unstoppable financially is the stock market. And I'm not talking about gambling on meme coins or chasing penny stocks that some influencer hyped on Twitter. I'm talking about real, long-term investing, owning a piece of the world's most powerful companies. Think about it. When you buy a share of Apple, Tesla, or Microsoft, you're literally becoming part owner of that business. You're letting your money work for you while you sleep. Every time someone buys an iPhone, uses Windows, or drives an electric car, a fraction of that profit flows back to you. That's ownership, that's leverage, and that's how the rich stay rich even when they stop working. The average millionaire doesn't have their entire net worth in cash, they have it in assets, stocks, funds, companies. They understand that inflation eats away at savings like acid on metal. So instead of hoarding cash, they park their money in assets that grow faster than inflation. You see, if you saved $10,000 20 years ago, that same $10,000 today buys you maybe half of what it used to. But if you'd invested it in an index fund tracking the SP 500, it would be worth over $65,000 today. That's the difference between working for money and letting money work for you. The truth is, the stock market is not a casino, it's a machine that transfers wealth from the impatient to the patient. But here's where most people fail. They treat investing like a get-rich-quick game. They panic when the market dips. They sell out of fear instead of buying more. The wealthy think differently. When prices go down, they don't see danger, they see discounts. They know that downturns are temporary, but compound growth is forever. Warren Buffett said it best: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. That's exactly what stocks can do for you if you approach them with the right mindset. So start small. Even if you can only invest $50 a week, do it consistently. Automate it. Put it into a low-cost index fund or ETF that tracks the market. Don't try to time the market. Instead, spend time in the market. Because over 10, 20, 30 years, consistency beats luck every single time. And the day will come when your portfolio grows big enough that the dividends and growth alone cover your expenses. That's freedom. Now, the second investment, the one that builds real generational wealth, is real estate. There's a reason almost every self-made millionaire in history owns property. Real estate has something the stock market doesn't: control. When you invest in stocks, you're betting on someone else's performance. But when you own real estate, you can increase its value with your own decisions, renovate it, rent it, refinance it. It's an investment you can touch, manage, and multiply. And here's the real secret: real estate isn't just about buying houses, it's about buying cash flow. When you buy a rental property, you're essentially creating your own mini business that pays you every month. Someone else, your tenant, pays off your mortgage while you build equity. That means your wealth grows passively, and over time, your property appreciates. Even if the market fluctuates, your tenant's rent keeps coming in. That's why real estate is called the wealth escalator. You don't have to start big, you just have to start. Maybe it's a small duplex, a single-family rental, or even a piece of land in an up-and-coming area. The key is to understand the power of leverage. Let's say you buy a $200,000 property with $40,000 down. The bank lends you the other $160,000. If that property appreciates just 3% a year, that's $6,000 in equity growth. But you only invested $40,000, so your actual return is 15%. And that's before cash flow, tax benefits, and loan paydown. This is how average people become millionaires quietly, through leverage, patience, and smart decisions. Real estate also protects you from inflation. When the cost of living rises, so do rents and property values. So instead of being hurt by inflation, you benefit from it. That's how you turn a liability, rising costs, into an advantage. And once you own multiple properties, that passive income becomes unstoppable. Imagine having 3 or 4 properties paying you $1,000 each month. That's $3,000 to $4,000 of passive income, enough to cover living expenses for most people. At that point, you're not working to live, you're living off what you've built. Now, let's talk about the third and most powerful investment, the one that separates the rich from the middle class forever: investing in your own business. Stocks and real estate can make you wealthy, but owning a business can make you rich. Every billionaire on earth owns a business, because a business is the ultimate asset. It's the only investment where you control every lever: pricing, marketing, scale, and innovation. And the potential returns? Unlimited. When you start a business, you're no longer trading time for money, you're building a machine that makes money whether you're there or not. Think about it. Elon Musk doesn't make money by clocking in. Jeff Bezos doesn't get paid hourly. They built systems that run on their vision. That's the mindset you need to develop if you truly want to escape financial stress forever. You don't need to start the next Amazon. You can start small: an online business, a service brand, a YouTube channel, a consulting company, even an e-commerce store. The point is to create something scalable that you can control, grow, and eventually automate. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds great, but starting a business is risky. And you're right if you don't educate yourself. But remember, the riskiest thing you can do is depend entirely on a single source of income: your job. Because one day, that job could disappear. Technology, AI, corporate layoffs, these things don't care how loyal you are. You owe it to yourself and your family to create multiple streams of income. That's the difference between surviving and thriving. The average person has one income stream. The wealthy have at least 3. When one slows down, the others keep growing. That's how they sleep peacefully at night, knowing no matter what happens, their lifestyle is safe. And the best part? You don't need millions to start. You just need discipline, knowledge, and consistency. Because in this game, consistency compounds faster than cash. If you truly want to never worry about money again, combine these 3 investments strategically. Use your business income to fund your stock investments. Use your stock returns to help finance your real estate. And let your real estate cash flow give you the freedom to focus on growing your business. That's the wealth triangle. Each part supports the other until you reach financial independence. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear: you're not going to get rich saving money. You get rich investing money. Saving is step 1, it gives you the ammunition. But investing is what wins the war. Inflation guarantees that the value of cash will always go down over time. But assets rise in value because they're tied to productivity and scarcity. The people who own assets, stocks, property, businesses, get wealthier every year, while those who rely only on salary fall further behind. That's why the most important mindset you can develop is ownership. Own a piece of everything. Own your income. Own your time. Because when you own assets that grow and produce cash flow, you don't have to trade your life for money anymore. You start to experience real freedom, the kind that can't be bought, only built. So the question is, what's stopping you? Fear? Lack of knowledge? Procrastination? Those are all temporary. But regret? That's permanent. The next decade will pass whether you invest or not. The only difference will be where you stand at the end of it, still working paycheck to paycheck, or living life on your terms. Start now, no matter how small, because the sooner you start, the sooner compound interest starts working in your favor. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of 90% of people who never take action. But knowledge without action is useless. So here's what I want you to do right now: write down your financial goals. Then decide how you'll take your first step, whether it's opening a brokerage account, researching your first property, or brainstorming your first business idea. Action creates clarity. And once you start, momentum will carry you further than motivation ever could. Because at the end of the day, money isn't the goal, freedom is. Money is just the tool that buys you time, peace, and options. So invest wisely, stay patient, and keep building. The 3 investments, stocks, real estate, and business, are your keys to a life where you never have to worry about money again.